citizens, mayday, mayday, mayday. All that can hear, America has been overthrown. Repeat, America has been overthrown. Communist occupation. Repeat, heavy communist occupation. Location 15 degrees, 2415 north, 30 degrees east, 103. Repeat, 15 degrees, 2415 north, 30 degrees east, 10, 3. We're surrounded. We're surrounded. All comms are unsecure. Repeat, all comms are unsecure. The media has been taken over. Repeat, emergency, mayday, mayday. All media has been taken over. Request information. Repeat, request information. Find Covert radio. Repeat, Charlie, Oscar, Victor, Echo, Romeo, Tango. Repeat, Covert radio. Mayday, mayday, mayday.
If you're not feeling this right now, you may not have a soul. Yes. Normally I don't let this roll this long, but I mean, you guys got to hear this. Come on, let it sink deep down in you. Yes, yeah. Every hair on my body is standing up. What in God's name is happening to the U.S.A? Well, you know what? That's my question too. That's my question too. What in God's name is happening to the U.S.A? This is Covert Radio. And it is Friday, unbelievably, the 25th of February, 2022. I have a great couple shows for you guys coming up. But I had to get this out of the way. This is a few hours ago. No, this morning, 10:19 a.m. And, granted, it is just a, it's letter to the editor or whatever, but you never know. You never know. You don't know who wrote this. This could have come out of a think tank. I love it. People, see, let me answer your question, sir or madam. People are not stupid. That is what's happening to the USA. People are not stupid. People are waking up. And they're sick and tired of the lies. They're starting to understand the propaganda. And they're starting to vet information because they've been told for the last 2 years that there won't be enough body bags to bury the dead. They've been told not to leave their house. They've been told all kinds of things. This works. You got to get this. Then we'll go back to normal. Oh, hey, by the way, that didn't work. You got to get this. Then we'll go back. Oh, hey, that didn't work. Hey, you got to get this. Then we'll go. Okay, so it's over. They're done. And that is why for some miraculous reason, COVID just somehow disappeared off the everyday news ticker on CNN. The death toll is replaced by now fictitious numbers of supposed Ukrainians dying. Projections are in the tens of thousands. Yeah, weren't projections. See, that's what I'm saying. People are tired of it. See, here's the problem. You communists, you don't think that Americans should believe their own eyes or should believe their own ears. That is the problem, because you vested so much money and time and effort in, think tank, Tavistock Institute subgroups into mind control and propaganda and predictive programming that you can't believe your oldest trick in the book is no longer working. Propaganda, predictive programming, the Ministry of Truth and Enlightenment, the Ministry of Propaganda in World War II, which I covered not too long ago. I equated it to today's money, and they had over $3 billion with a B, $billion a year budget. $3 billion a year for propaganda. Why do you think they've taken over all of the papers, all of the publications, all of the news channels, all of the networks? Americans do not trust you anymore. Period. That's what in God's name is happening to the USA. And leave God out of it. You Satanist, atheist miscreants, leave God out of it. Leave God out of it. Worry about your own religion. All you atheists, you need a religion too. It's called science. And your church is NASA. You all have your own church. Stay to that. Stay in your lane. And all you Satanists, with your never-ending indulgence and satiation of lust, not in greed. It's never enough. It's never enough. Your continuous worship of the most debaucherous things on the planet. If it feels good, do it. With your Zionist paper God that controls everything. And you have people in powerful positions in the military and in the governments all over the world praising this modern day witch on the screen right now, Marina Abramovich. And it's not only people in powerful positions. It's not only military. It's celebrities too, right? Right, Jay-Z? Celebrities too. Look at this Satanist witch. See, they believe this stuff gives them power, and it may. With a sharp knife, cut deeply into the middle finger of your left hand. Eat the pain. And this is nice compared to her other spells of mixing semen and mother's milk and blood and period blood. Look into this witch. Look into her following. Look into almost every powerful celebrity that has pictures with her. Leave God out of this. You don't have the privilege to speak the name of the Most High. You do not. Keep worshiping your Zionist rulers, your Satan, your money, your indulgence, your greed. But leave the Creator out of this. God has nothing to do with you and has nothing to do with this and what's happening in the U.S.A. I think it's pretty obvious who's in control of the U.S.A. Not the people, the policy, the leaders, not the people. But if you want an answer to your question, people are done with your lies. They're done with your propaganda. They're done with your schemes, and they're done with your tyranny. You notice, like, these people who clearly see what is going on in the Ukraine, who clearly see what Putin has done, what he's been doing, these are the same people that are standing up to your medical tyranny. And it's the same people who are standing up to your one world cashless system, the end of sovereignty, and the enslavement, the digital enslavement of the human race. We're the same people. We've been called deplorables. We've been called racist. We've been called misogynist. We've been called Nazis. We've been called transphobes, whatever. Much, much more on top of that. You can call us what you want. Call us whatever you want. But we will never, ever bend to your tyranny. And we will never inject your poison into our veins. And we will never stop trusting our God-given discernment, because at the end of the day, that's what this all comes down to, is discernment. I wish to God I could go to a source and trust that it's telling the truth. Some of the most popular Ukraine footage is actually a video game. If you take a look at the screen, once again, Arma 3 is being confused with real life. This just in, planes flying over Ukraine and the city of Kiev. Oh my God, look, they're dropping bombs everywhere. All the anti-aircraft Ukrainians are shooting down the the Russian Air Force. Oh, it's a bloodbath. There's body parts flying everywhere. Hey, next. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba, 2 for 5, 2 for 5, ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Hey, okay, now we're back to the war. We're tired of it. We're sick of it. You can't even vet your own nonsense because you believe that the amount of people that play this game is so low that they would never expose that you're using video games and lying and saying that they're part of this war or invasion of Ukraine where the bodies will be stacked to the heavens, right? Once again, here's the footage they tried to make believe was part of this invasion. Right now, Sean Penn is in Ukraine. If it's so dangerous, why would Sean Penn be there to do a documentary, to tell the truth? Yeah. One actor talking to another actor, and I mentioned this in the last video, that Zelensky, the president of Ukraine, he wasn't even involved in student council. He was on a sitcom on television. It was about a guy being accidentally elected president of the Ukraine. And now he is the president of the Ukraine. And now they're using footage from video games, trying to brainwash the injectees. Well, look what's happening. I saw an image today, and I have a big video coming up about this later tonight. There's the quintessential old woman with dried blood on her face, and the face of war is the title. And then she has a bandage from a first aid kit from World War II that's slightly stained, and it's come on. I've seen Saving Private Ryan too. We all have. We all have. We all have. And we're tired of it. We're tired of the manipulation, and we're tired of the never-ending predictive programming. But I have an emergency broadcast coming up later tonight because we're in trouble, and it's coming, and they've been announcing it. Again, a ton of predictive programming. They're going to be shutting the grid down, and they're going to be shutting off the financial system any day. And they're going to blame it all on Russia. This is a war. We are at war. We've been at war. And the biggest miscalculation these Satanists and communists have made, the biggest mistake the Zionists have made, is their use, continuous use of words and situations trying to scare and frighten the world. All of the words you have used in the last 2 years. Think about it. Pandemic, death, body bags, burying the dead, 10 million dead, stay in your house, lockdown, fear. These words have been purposely designed, and their phrasing was purposely designed by think tanks. I've exposed this. Think tanks, psychologists, psychiatrists even. I've been kicked off of YouTube because I've been exposing this. It's time to scare people. Actual documents proving everything that I've stated, but they don't want you to see that. That's why Covert Radio is not allowed to be an influencer. They've done all they could do to put terror and fear in the hearts of anybody that would listen to them, and it worked. It worked for about a year. And now you see what's happened. Nobody buys it anymore. Nobody's afraid. They showed Canada, we're not leaving. They had to bring in the UN with nameless, faceless troops trained by Israeli military to kill you and stomp down handicapped elderly people with horses, to show you that we're not going to budge either. Well, we're not going to budge either. We're done. They were all lies, and you have been exposed. But they won't stop, because there is a portion of the population that are still waiting to roll up their sleeve for the 45th shot, and they're, these poor people in Ukraine. You don't even know where Ukraine is on a map. You don't even know that Ukraine was part of Russia for 1,000 years. You don't even know that 97% of the Ukrainians want to be Russian. Shut up. This is the propaganda right here. This is what the lemmings watch all day.
Estimates are 50,000 Ukrainians will be dead or wounded. Yeah. And that this is going to start.
Listen, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, yeah. 50, maybe 52,000. Yeah. Yeah. Watch the body language. Look at her face. She doesn't even believe what she's saying.
Ukrainians will be dead or wounded. Yeah. And that this is going to start a humanitarian crisis, a refugee crisis in Europe. We're talking about 5 million people that are going to be.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Geez, where have we heard this before? Man, this was going on in Syria right before Genie Oil came in and took over all the oil fields after there was a civil war breaking out there, even though the people didn't want it, and these outsiders came in speaking perfect English, which I've had a video about this showing the clips that was abruptly removed by YouTube. Mercenary soldiers, come on, you got to get out of here. Wait a minute. If we're in war-torn Syria in the middle of the streets and there's no American intervention, Why are these dudes dressed in street clothes holding AK-47s, looking European, speaking fluent English with no accent? Because those same people are in the eastern part of Ukraine, and they're trying to disrupt the construct in that country so that EU and NATO can come in. And now they force Putin's hand, but their backup plan is what's coming next. Oh, well, Putin's done this. Well, guess what he's going to do now? Because just like the $32 million wasted in 4 years trying to pin Trump to a wall over something that was a complete hoax. And it's been proven. That's not a conspiracy theory. It's been proven.
Displaced. Yeah. I mean, it's heartbreaking to hear what is going to happen.
Yeah. Well, I'm scared of what's going to happen in Western Europe, too.
Yeah.
You know, you plan a trip, you want to go there. I want to go to Italy for 4 years. I haven't been able to make it because of the pandemic. And now this, you know, it's like, what's going to happen there?
Do you understand the unbelievable elitist delusion? Oh, well, yeah, 50,000 people are going to be there. Now, I've been trying to go to Italy. What's going to happen there? While Spicoli is in the Ukraine right now making a documentary, but it's so Putin's a maniac and it's all going to be blood and guts to the choking out the heavens. Aircraft carriers are going to go around the piles of blood and guts. How many people were supposed to be in body bags because of COVID, Senator? How many? You've all been exposed. You've been exposed, and we're done. Because what you soulless sociopaths have not considered, you psychotic, slop-sucking demons, which you fail to understand, is the reality of war. My children going into battle, my family's blood in this soil. The reality of war wakes people up, and it has a tendency to gather a nation. The threat to a man's family wakes him up. When you're going to inject a 6-month-old baby with an emergency batch of poison, it tends to wake people up. People are on high alert. You've made a mistake. So now what they have to do is use force. And they're going to shut the power off, and they're shutting the internet down. I've been telling you this for 2 years. People are fully aware what's happening around them and to them. We are fully aware this is a war and you are the enemy. I'm Covert Radio. Please stay tuned. Subscribe to Rumble, the Covert Radio Rumble account. It's rumble.com/Covert Radio. If you want to support this type of media, please do so. I have so much information. I don't have time to cover it all because I'm coming up with a new narrative. I've come up with a lot of disorders over the last 5 years with Covert Radio. One of my newest one is Titanic syndrome, where people are just, they're in disbelief. It's similar to, well, I wouldn't say cognitive bias, but people are just they're in a state of mind where they just can't believe what's happening and they don't want to believe it. It's Titanic syndrome. The ship is sinking, but the millionaires are sitting around the mahogany fireplace sipping wine. And I think I'm working on something new, and I'm going to include something like narrative distraction or narrative something, because the narrative is changing every hour, literally every hour. And this is part of gaslighting. Make no mistake. But I have so much information for you guys. It's unbelievable. Share this video. Please share this video. And check out the last video that's on the screen right now. You guys take care. Have a good day.
Mayday, mayday, mayday. Mayday, mayday, mayday. All free citizens. Mayday, mayday, mayday. All that can hear. America.